Gotta be honest with you folks. I really don't care about this year's WrestleMania. If it wasn't for the fact that I was watching it with the rest of Club Atlantis this coming tomorrow, April 2nd, and Sunday, April 3rd, I probably wouldn't give two craps about it at all. And if I miss some matches, forgive me. But I will at least give predictions for the main matches. Now, I'm not going to take long with this. First one that I can think of. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. Thank God the Intercontinental title was not taken out of this, was not put into this match. But then again, considering that the Intercontinental title is not even on the line on WrestleMania at all, best to my knowledge at this time, that I'm making it Friday, April 1st, and no, that is not an April Fool's joke. It's not even on the line. Maybe they should have left it on Sami Zayn. But anyway, this one I expected to be a comedy match, maybe a few good moments, but I'll be very surprised if Sami Zayn wins. I'm picking Johnny Knoxville to take this one. The Mysterios versus The Miz and Logan Paul. Honestly, again, I'll be very surprised in this one if the celebrities take this one. I expect the Mysterios to go over The Miz and Mr. Logan Paul. Can't stand him. Anyway, going to one of the women's matches. One of the ones that I actually do care about. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. I will be very surprised if Becky Lynch retains her championship. I personally think Bianca Belair goes over and gets her redemption from SummerSlam of last year in Las Vegas. The other women's singles title match, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I have no doubt it will be a good match. Personal opinion though, I could give two craps about it. It will be a good match without a doubt, but they have done nothing to even make me care. I could care less about Charlotte Flair, and I could even give two more less of a crap about Ronda Rousey. She might be a good athlete and stuff, and y'all, anybody that's followed me for any length of time knows how I feel about Ronda Rousey. I don't care for her personally. She might even be an okay person in real life away from the cameras and stuff. But let me tell you, she is as boring as paint dry. In fact, paint dry is a lot more interesting. But I'm going to pick Ronda Rousey to go over Charlotte Flair. I'll be very shocked if Charlotte Flair retains the title here. Now, as for the Women's Tag Team Championship, which no one gives a crap about, but I have very little doubt that this will be, I'll be surprised if this ends up being at least not decent, which is Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega and Carmella, the champs, and versus Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Now, me personally, if someone must win, obviously I'm a little biased to Sasha Banks and Naomi, because, mainly because of Naomi. Love me some Naomi. But I'm okay if Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley win. I'm okay with them. The other two teams? Hell no. Hell no. Zelina, love you, but it's time for you and Carmella to drop them belts. And I definitely don't give a crap about Natalya and Shayna Baszler. So yeah, Sasha Banks and Naomi is my pick. Though, I am okay if Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley win it. Now, back to the men's. Yeah, the fact that I gotta sit here and really think hard about what's on there. Oh, yes. AJ Styles versus Edge. Now, this match I actually do care about. Logically, AJ should win, but I think Edge will be the one going over. Considering he just returned to being a heel, it would look weird for AJ Styles to win here. I think Edge wins this one. Omas versus Bobby Lashley. All due respect to the Almighty, I can't see them jobbing out Omas here. I'm picking Omas to take this one. Seth Rollins versus the mystery opponent. Can't really make a prediction because everybody's saying Cody Rhodes, but we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin. Yawn. Love Drew McIntyre, but I could give a crap less about Baron Corbin. Or Happy Corbin, or whatever he calls himself these days. I could give a crap less. And could even give less of a crap about that dude that be hanging around Corbin. What's his name? Madcap Moss. Could even care less about him. Hopefully Drew wins this and we can move on from this feud. The tag team championships for the men. SmackDown, the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I don't see the Usos losing here. I don't see it. Because there are better teams there that could challenge and even take the belts off of Usos than Shinsuke Nakamura. As much as I love me some Shinsuke, no. This ain't it. As for the Raw version, I personally think it should be RK Bro versus the Street Profits, team versus team. But Alpha Academy's in this, so you got to count them too. I don't see Alpha Academy winning this. And quite frankly, it's a little too soon for the Street Profits to win the Raw Tag Team Championships because they had them for quite a while and did very little to nothing. Although they have been teasing being heels. So we'll see about that. But I think RK Bro retains this because they're actually one of the most popular acts that WWE's got. One of the few things that actually gets a rise out of these crowds these days. So I'd say they take this one. And like I said, if I forgot any matches, forgive me. But this is how, the fact that I have to sit here and really think on what's on the card really tells you how much of a don't give. And if I was not watching it with Club Atlantis, I probably would skip it altogether. But the big event. Oh yeah. The whole Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, I don't know. I mean, maybe it might turn out to be something good, but I don't have much faith on that. Let's put it that way. That's going to be a wait and see. As for the main event that we have seen for the umpteenth time, Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, versus Brock Lesnar, the WWE Champion. Title for title, winner take all. Honestly, Brock would be the favorite going in, but I can't see them making Roman Reigns lose again. I can't see them making him lose again. So I'm picking Roman for this one. But all this hype around the match, say, biggest WrestleMania event of all time. Bigger than Hogan and Andre. And I'm like, what? What? Okay. This is coming from the guy that can't stand Hulk Hogan. This is coming from this guy that quite frankly could give two craps about Terry Bollea. But bigger than Hogan and Andre. As someone who was alive when that match went down and saw all the build and everything, no. Now, I have no doubt Roman and Brock will be a better match. I have no doubt about that. But in terms of build and anticipation and everything, no. Hogan and Andre was and will be the biggest match ever, arguably in wrestling and certainly in WrestleMania history. Though there are a few that could probably make an argument against Hogan Andre. There's Hogan Warrior. You could make an argument for Rock Austin 2. You could make an argument even for Rock Hogan at WrestleMania 18. There's a few matches you could make that could probably contend for biggest, most anticipated WrestleMania match of all time versus Hogan and Andre. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, even if it is for both belts, is not one of them. Like I said, will it be a better match? Yeah. Quality-wise, yes. But in terms of anticipation, hype, all that stuff, storytelling and everything, no. No, it's not. But they got to put over an event, so I got to give them a little bit of credit for trying to put their event over. Anyway, that's all I got to say on this. I'm out.